Well, Pete Rose did not live to see himself enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is a freaking shame. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107. Good morning. I'm Prospector.
Good morning. I'm Kate. Pete Rose died yesterday. He was 83. There's no word on the cause of death, but Pete had just appeared at an autograph show in Nashville over the weekend.
Charlie Hustle, as he was known, played from 1963 to 1986, mostly for the Cincinnati Reds. He was part of the 1980 Phillies World Series team. He also managed the team, the Reds, from 86 to 89 when he was banned from baseball for life for gambling on the sport. Now, he didn't gamble on his team, but he gambled on baseball back in the 80s when it was, so far frowned upon.
I did not know that.
Yep, that's why he was banned. He was banned from Major League Baseball for life. For a long time, he couldn't even walk into a baseball park.
You learn something every day. Rose was a 3-time World Series champ and a 17-time All-Star. He's also been an National League Rookie of the Year, National League MVP, World Series MVP, and a 2-time Gold Glove winner, just to name a few of his honors.
Yeah, now talking about honors, how about records? I mean, Pete Rose holds the major records for, most hits, which is 4,256. Here he is on September 11th, 1985, passing Ty Cobb to become baseball's hit king.
Everybody on their feet here in Cincinnati and a worldwide television audience watching here at Riverfront Stadium. 2-1 pitch from Shaw into left center. Rose has eclipsed Cobb. That's number 4,192.
Now, he also has the most singles, 3,215. Most career games, 3,526. Career at-bats, 14,053. Career plate appearances, 15,890. While Pete Rose should absolutely be in baseball's Hall of Fame, at least he lived to see himself enshrined, and I didn't know this, the WWE Hall of Fame.
He absolutely should have been on the Baseball Hall of Fame, but Pete became the first member of the Hall's Celebrity Wing in 2004 after making several appearances at WWE pay-per-views, which would end with him getting decimated by the wrestler Kane.
Honestly, I had really no idea until this morning that Charlie Hustle was in the WWE Hall of Fame, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, this is news to me, too. It all started in 1998 when Pete took to the ring at WrestleMania 14 in Boston and started running down the Red Sox. Kane came out and delivered a tombstone pile driver, and the crowd went wild, and the bit was born.
Never accuse the WWE of not knowing when something is awesome and just keep doing it over and over again for the fans. Pete Rose, dead at 83.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
A clown got caught trying to rob a garden center in Tennessee. Props to the guy for going all the way with his costume, but that's what you get when you wear squeaky shoes. Zach Galifianakis turns 55 today, 55 also being the number of vowels in his name. Carolina Panthers owner David Tepper donated $3 million to hurricane relief. Victims offered to give it back in exchange for a winning record this season.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in Monday for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107. Yet another weird situation Prospector handled in his own special way.
He's a jerk.
It's time for Prospector's weekly lesson in manners. Am I a jerk? On Rock 107.
So my wife Tara and I were out recently for a bite, and after looking at the menu, I decided, I would like a filet burger. The waiter gets there, and Tara says, "Go ahead, honey," as she continues to look at the menu. I tell the man I'd like the filet burger, and my wife goes, "I'll have a filet burger too." And that's when the waiter informs us that I had ordered the last one. And Tara said to me, "I really wanted a filet burger." And I said, "Me too." And I didn't say nothing. So after glaring at me for what seemed like an eternity, she says, "I'll have the crab sandwich." Am I a jerk?
I'm sorry, Prospector. You are.
Really?
This is Tara we're talking about. Your lovely, lovely wife. Give it up.
She's awesome, and she does amazing things, and she's very, very focused on making me happy almost all the time. That doesn't mean I can't focus on making myself happy. How about a little self-love for the Prospector here, for crying out loud? All right, let's start. Open mic on the Rock 107 app. Am I a jerk?
Give it to your wife. Shame on you. Of course you're a jerk. Come on.
Of course I'm a jerk.
The shame on you is aggressive.
Yes, it is. I got one from text on the Rock Lines 1-888 Rock 107, which you can now text to. Jerk, jerk, jerk. What are you, 8? Happy wife equals happy life. When it comes to food, I'm like 5.
What are you, 8?
I'm not even close to 8.
Timmy on my Facebook says, "Love you, brother, but I'm siding with your wife on this one."
Okay.
And Tara, your wife,
Yeah.
in all caps, just said, "Jerk."
Got another text in, too. 1-888-ROCK-107. That's 1-888-762-5107. I love that people could text this number so easily now. Yeah, Prospector's a jerk. You go without to make sure your wife and kids have something. What's the matter with you?
There you go. All
right.
Traditional.
Sure.
Ralph on my Instagram says, you know the saying, happy wife, happy life.
I do know that. I would say happy spouse, happy house. So we both get to be happy, man.
Mike on your Facebook said, not a jerk, but not chivalrous either.
Yeah.
But no, not a jerk.
All right, I like that. Thanks, Mark. Mark and Music on the Rock Lines. Actually, that was Mike who said that on my Facebook. I'm sorry. Mark and Music on the Rock Lines. What do you got, buddy? Am I a jerk?
Yeah, Prospector, you're the guy that put the knife right through chivalry. You killed it. You're a jerk.
I love how you say I've killed chivalry for all of us.
Yep.
It's over. It's all my fault.
You killed it. It's
I'm so
done.
sorry.
And Gina from your Facebook said, LOL, yep, share.
All right, in the question today of am I a jerk for ordering a filet burger, then my wife saying she wants a filet burger, being told it's the last one, and me not giving it up to her, does that make me a jerk? According to Northeast PA, overwhelmingly, yes, I'm a jerk.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A dad from South Carolina named David Jones walked 30 miles to get to his daughter's wedding in Tennessee over the weekend. It was supposed to be a 2-hour drive, but roads were blocked by flooding from Hurricane Helene. He told first responders he had to be there at 11 a.m. to walk her down the aisle, so he ignored their warnings and hoofed it for 5.5 hours. He actually made it about 20 miles before someone picked him up and drove him the rest of the way. He didn't fill his daughter in on what happened until the reception.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
We didn't get the multicolored tubes over the bridge into downtown Scranton years ago, but we might have something coming up. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107. Now, Kate, I think you're too young to remember this, but when they replaced the old truss bridge from downtown towards Memorial Stadium and Providence Road, they extended the expressway right into downtown and built the current Mulberry Street Bridge. You know the bridge I'm talking about now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. They wanted to adorn that structure with these multicolored tubes going over the road, welcoming and confusing people entering our downtown. Do you know about any of this? Do you know of this at all?
Nope, nothing.
I was back in the summer of 94. You were born...
Fall of 94.
Fall of 94. So, yeah. All right, but now Scranton tomorrow wants to add coal to cool signs all over Scranton. They're looking for grant money to pay for signs, eventually wanting to get one over the Biden Street Expressway where it rolls into the old Spruce Street Bridge complex there. Now, I love the idea of a gateway into the city. I do, honestly. But I wish we got those tubes 30 years ago. I don't think we were forward thinking enough. I think those tubes would have been wild as you're coming into the city. But I do question the slogan, Scranton, coal to cool. So Kate and I humbly submit our own Scranton slogans. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead.
Here's the first one. Scranton, less than 2 hours from any interesting city.
Scranton, the city that makes Wilkes-Barre feel like Las Vegas.
Scranton, sure, a new slogan will solve everything.
A new slogan for Scranton. How about come for the office, stay because you missed the last bus out.
Scranton, we put the good enough in city planning since 1866.
And the final suggestion, it's a possibility, maybe these can go on the new signs that they're getting, because coal to cool, maybe not good enough, maybe not accurate enough. Scranton, now with gang activity.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather around the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Jam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
Fast food employees might worry about artificial intelligence taking their jobs, but now they also have to worry about AI stalking them. A 27-year-old male business management student in the United Kingdom was accused of stalking and harassing a female McDonald's employee. The man first bumped into the woman when he was at the McDonald's while working as a delivery driver, and he thought she might be interested. They exchanged social media handles, and he hit her up later, but she ignored his messages and eventually blocked him. Then he showed up at the McDonald's to order a milkshake for himself and looked for her, but that was interpreted as harassment. The woman also claims the man once followed her in his car, but he denies that and court, he was asked if he thought he was crossing a line. He said no, he didn't think he'd done anything to apologize for. Then the prosecutor pointed out that he did apologize in one of his social media messages before she blocked him. He said, quote, I understand that my messages may make you feel uncomfortable, before asking to meet up. But the man says those weren't his words. He was just desperate to go on a date and wasn't sure why the woman wasn't responding to his messages. So he asked ChatGPT what he should do. ChatGPT said he should send that message. That didn't help his case. He was found guilty of stalking and will be sentenced next month.
Nominee number 2.
Well, this certainly isn't going to speed them up. A Utah man was arrested last week after police say he fired a round through another driver's windshield because he thought the driver was going too slow. Drivers eventually pulled over to talk it out, and when the victim went to get back in his car, 38-year-old Capone Dixon fired a bullet through the windshield. The victim then followed Dixon, who fled to a Walmart. Security cameras recorded his license plate as he drove through that parking lot, and police used that information to identify Dixon. He was then spotted driving near his apartment, pulled over by police. He demanded to know why he was stopped. When told, he said he had just been defending himself. He was booked into jail for investigation of aggravated assault with a road rage penalty enhancement.
And the winner is
the man who shot the windshield of another man for driving too slow. I'll bet that didn't speed him up, did it? You're the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.